This is Zachary Kafai, owner and operator of Georgia Luxury Automotive. I started in the industry when I was 14 years old at a mechanic shop here in Marietta. From there, I worked my way up through high school and college, working on cars and learning more about them. After that, I started at Global Imports BMW, where I became a master technician, and we did a lot of work for body shops there. And that's how I ended up learning about the body shop industry, and that's what got me into the body shop business.
Walk us through what really goes into a high-quality paint job and how important is surface preparation before you ever touch a paint gun.
So the biggest misconception with paint is a lot of people think paint is paint. A lot of people feel like I'm going to paint my car and it's going to look shiny. But there's a lot of work that goes behind, underneath that paint, that's going to drive that beautiful paint job. The body work, the primer work, the feather, the detrim, taking the car apart, making sure you don't get overspray on any other parts, making sure that paint wraps around each panel like it is in the factory. All of that plays a big factor in it. And then, of course, using the highest quality product will guarantee the shine and the finish that you're looking for.
What kind of training or skill does it take to lay down a perfect paint coat?
So to lay down a perfect coat, there's a lot of different techniques. It's very artistic when it comes to painting. So as I say, practice makes perfect. So the training in how to mix the color, how to get that perfect color match with the technologies that we have cameras that we take a picture of the paint on your vehicle. So if there's fade over the years, that camera will calculate for that, and then we'll mix that formula and we'll do a spray out card to make sure it matches your car. If it deviates a little bit, we do what's called a color tint to make sure we get that perfect finish and color match for your car.
What are some of the most common mistakes people make when it comes to auto paint?
So everybody thinks paint is paint. People aren't typically educated enough to know that there's a huge difference in the quality of paint, the quality of the manufacturing. We can get practically, even in today's market, I can get a gallon of clear coat for $100, and you can get a gallon of clear coat for $800 to $1,000. There's a huge difference in that quality, and a lot of people don't advertise about it because a lot of your bigger MSO shops in the country will spend on the lowest quality products so they can optimize their profitability at the end of the day. Here at Georgia Luxury, we are family owned and we want to keep having our customers come back, so we use the top of the line quality paint products.
How has paint technology evolved over the years? Are modern paints more durable or eco-friendly?
So over the years, paint has evolved tremendously. So back in the day, your older cars had what was called single stage paint. Single stage paint didn't have any clear coat that were on it. And then as the industry moved on, they moved to base coat clear coat, which was a solvent product. And the clear coat was the UV protection on it. And they perfected that over the years. And then to become more environmentally friendly, now the base coats have moved to water base, which is a better product for the environment. I feel like it actually lasts longer than the original product. The clear coats have evolved a lot and they provide a better UV protection. So paint has changed a good bit over the years.
How do things like humidity, temperature, and clean environment affect the final results?
Good that you asked that. That plays a huge factor in it. So humidity and temperature, especially when it comes to your metallic colors, your flash points on the paint, plays a big factor. Your metallic paints have a lot of small particles of flakes in it. That humidity and temperature play a big factor on how they lay down. So the painter has to accommodate for that. and that's where their expertise come in play. Also, a clean environment plays a huge factor. That's why we have the state-of-the-art paint booths that we have. They're downdraft and keep the car clean and dust-free, so you get that gloss finish without any trash or imperfections in it.
What part of the painting process do you personally enjoy the most?
The part that I enjoy the most is when you look at that final finished product at the end and you look at it and you get a tingle and you say, God, we did that. Look how great it looks like. Look at that finish. And that's quite exciting for me. It's always been for me that finished product. We used to, as I was working on cars as a mechanic, when somebody brought me a dead car on the back of a tow truck and I brought it back to life. And now people are bringing us cars that are crashed and they look bad. And once you look at that finished product and you see how good it looks and how good it shines, it just brings excitement to me.
Why does investing in high-grade paint matter for the customer in the long run?
So high-grade quality products, and here at Georgia Luxury, we have the state-of-the-art alignment machine to make sure your suspension is back to factory specs. We have car aligner with laser technology, measuring system to make sure your inner structure pieces are back to factory spec. And all of these are quite expensive. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. We have state-of-the-art paint booths that are quite expensive, downdraft, where they have to dig into the ground to put the pits in it and all of that. And all of that combined with the highest quality paint will result in a phenomenal product that's going to last for years, that's going to keep its shine, and it's going to look good year after year.
If you could give one piece of advice to anyone considering repainting their car, what would it be?
So the piece of advice I want to give to consumers: educate yourself to where you're taking your car. Make sure you're just not another customer, another number in their database. Make sure they care about what they do for you. Make sure they have the proper technology so they can put your car back on the road safe and sound, and for it to look good and run good and operate properly. So do some homework back on it. Also, just keep in mind your insurance companies have the best intentions in mind. They recommend their shops, but you also have a choice to pick a shop you want. Now, within the network, outside the network, it's entirely up to you. Make sure you do some homework, do some research on what type of paints they use, what kind of equipment they have before you accept your insurance company's offer.
Where can listeners learn more or see examples of your paint work?
All right, so to check us out, you can visit us on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, GeorgiaLuxuryAutomotive.com, where you can see photos of the cars we repaired, testimonials, and of course, you can visit us on Google, where you can see our reviews and how many happy customers we've had over the years.